Hey guys, today I'm going to be playing Occula map 33. It's called Cailsnave. It's a bit of a shitpost map, to be honest. It's not really, your regular type of map, and especially not for the standard that Occula usually is, but in Bemuse's own words, it's kind of, he made it with regards to the MIDI, just to fit the kind of atmosphere, I guess you could say, of that MIDI. So MIDI in question is one of the worst I've ever heard. But I was just playing Occula, and when I got around to the secret maps I was playing through, and this is the one that I played first, and I really liked the map actually. I thought it was really fun. And it was just kind of like a brain off, BFG spam. Almost like how people that don't play Slaughter imagine Slaughter is like. But it's fun, and if you're curious, I would recommend it. Just to kind of try it out, I guess. Just hold down the fire button for a while, but yeah, like just to say before we get into the demo and everything, this map does have really obnoxious visuals, flashing lights, all that stuff. So if you're sensitive to any of that stuff, maybe give this one a skip, because yeah, it's pretty, especially in the final room, it really gets quite intense. But yeah, after I got a demo of this, I just decided, why not try commentary out? I've always wanted to do commentary, so I'll give it a go and see how it goes, But yeah, let's get into the demo. Thanks. So starting out here, we're just in this kind of decorative room. It doesn't really have anything except all the weapons, and all the secrets are on this kind of platform, just in like certain parts of the ground. So going into the actual arena, so at the beginning there's like a huge rev pool, so I try to get like behind those Hell Knights, but it doesn't really work. But there's so many Megaspheres in this whole map. There's Megaspheres in every corner. Most of the time when you die, it's because you died just instantly because you took like 2 cyber rockets at the same time or whatever. So you're never gonna not be topped up with health, really. You have pretty much infinite Megaspheres, infinite cells. So most of the time you're just gonna be holding down the fire button the whole time. So next room. This isn't a speed run, by the way. This map isn't actually out yet, so, or like this WOD, so everything's subject to changes. I don't really think it'd be worth it to record a speed run, or like one where I'm like really trying to go fast. So this is just kind of like a showcase of the map, I guess. Pretty much every single encounter is like an ambush like this one, so again, just kind of like leading the rev missiles along, dodging. So I refill on cells, health, take one of the like 20 Megaspheres maybe in that. This didn't go very well. This usually goes better, I swear, but I got blasted and miraculously survived because this map, I guess this isn't really the most flattering demo, you'd probably think I don't even know how to beat cybers, but this is of course the one that got the exit. So there is a part later on that's very RNG heavy, so I don't feel like keep just doing the demo over and over until I get one without mistakes, since you can just make so many mistakes in this map. So just kill this guy, press the switch, huge ambush again, loads of revs, and barons on that other side. So just take that Megasphere, I really like to save the Megasphere behind the revs, just for what I like to do here is just like push through and then grab that. Then after you get past this is like one of the probably harder fights in the map, just right there. But it's a fun fight, I'm gonna be real. You wouldn't know it, but it is pretty fun. So just cleaning up now. Yeah, just holding down the fire button, I guess, you know, you infinite cells, you know, so whatever. Doesn't really matter. You're probably hearing the MIDI, kind of what I'm talking about, you know. Kind of sounds like Time of Death, a little bit. I don't know, but it is a funny old MIDI. Not exactly sure what the origin is, I must look it up later, but it has a name to it that sounded very much like unironic, so that would be hilarious if it is just like a serious MIDI that somebody found. But yeah, next section you're in this kind of like extra part of the cave, so as soon as you step on where those Mancubi are, 3 cybers are gonna spawn behind you, so I just like coming back. There is another demo of this on YouTube. Well, there are 2. One of them is a Taz, and the other is, it kind of just cheeses the whole map. And some of the comments on that Taz was saying like, oh, you know the map is hard when you need an AI to do it, or whatever. You know, obviously Taz is an AI, but I did kind of want to show that this map is very possible. And downright easy, really. It's not a very difficult map. Just because of how many mistakes you're allowed to make. Like I'm just you know taking plasma shots to the face. You know, like taking red missiles, even taking cyber rockets. You know, it doesn't really matter. So. Yeah, the reason it kind of looks like I'm wandering here, I am doing that a little bit, but I'm also just kind of pulling the cybers especially away, because it can be kind of annoying to... It can be just annoying to deal with the cybers while all this is happening, like with the revenants. So I am really... You know, I am trying to like just pull them away, so it's a little bit easier to deal with them. I wasn't like, if I was going for a time, I'd obviously, you know, be a bit more suicidal with it, but you know. So yeah, just no point in like doing a little 2-shot stuff, because you know, I've like probably 10,000 cells to work with, so whatever. I will say, playing this map for a long time, like I probably played this map about 400 times. A lot of them was just like, I was just rushing enemies, and there's like that RNG section right after this. And it does make you worse at the game, probably, because I mean, you just don't really care about making quote-unquote small mistakes, like just tanking like 2 cyber rockets. Like, you don't need to care in a map like this, but obviously if you're playing, you know, a more difficult map, those kind of mistakes matters a lot more. So open this up. This part is actually cool. Like, this was really tough when I first played it, and it is pretty much complete RNG, I think. I got incredibly lucky on this attempt, because usually off the right there are like 2 cybers that are just like coming up on you, you know what I mean? Like, they're just really after you. So fortunately they really weren't that interested in me for some reason that time. So, you know, I dropped down to 10 health, and you know, it's miraculous that I even made it out alive. But that is the very difficult of the map, part of the map done. Pretty much the rest of it is free if you're playing safe like I did. But yeah, that part really is painful to just play over and over again, I'm gonna be real. Because it is like just, yeah, I got kind of like spooked by those guys a little bit. My heart dropped when I saw that, but thankfully they let me live. Keeping my distance a little bit, I don't want to die because, as I said earlier, the main issue with this map, like where you're going to be dying, you run into like a small sun's worth of Revenant missiles. Or, you know, you get hit by a cyber and then you get knocked into like a Rev Bull or whatever, so, you know, it's pretty much instant death if you make like a very, like a pretty huge mistake, like get stuck on a wall or something like. So, you know, you're dealing with a huge number of enemies, so you do have like that kind of looming threat. Always, yeah, I almost kind of like slipped up there, I kind of copped on. Just in the nick of time, really, but now the herd is beginning to get a little smaller, so that's okay. And yeah, pretty much the rest of the map is pretty free. There's one part in particular that's pretty funny. So a friend of mine, while I was playing this map in Discord, he said, "Oh, like if I made a map like this, I would have an enemy that's just like out of bounds that you can't kill, just as a joke, or just to like troll people that's trying to get all the kills, you know." And I said, "Oh yeah, that'd be kind of annoying, you know, that kind of suck." And it turns out there is one, and it's like one of those SS guys that's just in a wall in the next arena, and you have to get manky by fireballs to flip through the wall and kill him, which is interesting. The first like 3 or 4 times I played the map, this never happened to me, so I didn't know that it was real until the like last attempt that I was doing with saves, where I was like, okay, I'm gonna actually play this map, and it happened to me, and I realized like, oh no. So yeah, one of my attempts, actually it was an exit, but I didn't get the kill. And I found out later that very rarely there's like a point in the wall. Oh yeah, this was a big mistake. I don't know what I was on doing this, but you know, miraculously making it out, and you know, that's what I'm saying with this. Like you wouldn't know that I even know how to beat cybers, you know what I mean? Like, because that was pathetic, but yeah, here it's that like flesh wall. There's like just a Wolfenstein guy in there for some reason. But thankfully BFG balls at like a certain angle can just like almost clip through the wall and kill those guys, which is really interesting. And yeah, like you probably noticed, all these megas, like pretty much you're never gonna be running out if you're not like actively trying to grab them all. And yeah, this was kind of a mistake. I did die here, and I didn't really want to die again, so I played it extremely safely, killing these revenants. But I really should have gone up the stairs, because there's another huge clump of revenants, a similar size to the one that's up there right now, just like past those. And I should have woken those guys up so this just gets a little easier. You know, you could get it even faster if you just go up the stairs and just like go crazy, but if you go too far, the second phase of the fight happens, and if you don't have room up there, like my strategy for it is to get an invuln that's behind buildos. If you don't have room up there, you're actually pretty much screwed. Like it's just very tough to deal with, because there's like, well, you'll see in a minute, so I guess I won't spoil it. But yeah, not incredibly interesting playing it safe like this, but you know, I didn't really feel like giving up the attempt. You know, if you do get up the wall, you could probably get like sub 10 on this map. I think this is 17 minutes or so, which, you know, obviously it's not a great time, but I wasn't really that focused on the time because, yeah, I mean, this is in RC1 for the foreseeable future. Who knows when this is going to be like properly released, but who knows, this map might not even make, like, it might not even make it through, you know what I mean? So it is a funny little shitpost though, I'm gonna be honest with you. So right now, if you look at the demo, a Mancubus Fireball actually did hit that Wolfenstein guy, but he didn't die, so he's still alive in there. And later on at about, I don't know, 14:30 I think it is, like, my BFG ball just clips through the wall and kills him, which is insane. And I've also seen a demo where a tracer kills him somehow. Like, I don't really know how it works, but you know, yeah, just getting that invuln. There isn't, to be honest with you, there isn't a whole lot to say. There's a lot of revenants, probably more revenants than I've ever seen in my life. But it is fun, you know, I'm gonna be real. It's a lot of fun to play a map like this. And yeah, you'll probably see, well, you won't see when it clips through. It doesn't like look like it clips through, but it does. It was that shot right there. That just kills the guy. I think he was like, it was because he woke up and he was standing near the wall, I think, so it might have just like the weird way the wall is drawn, or the pillar rather, just lets the BFG ball kind of clip through a little bit. But yeah, that guy's really annoying. I feel like if there were demos for this, there would probably be an exception made for that guy, because it seems insanely precise to like actually be able to kill him. So at the time of doing this, I didn't know that BFG balls and stuff could go through the wall. I thought that it was just complete RNG with those Macubi, which there are about like 2 or 3 Macubi in this whole arena, I think. So insanely unlikely that he would shoot through the wall. I don't know how I even got him to shoot through the wall and hit him once, to be 100% honest with you, but yeah, I mean, the map is pretty much over at this point. We're just kind of blasting. You have infinite cells, of course, you know, you can see all these cell packs on the ground. Yeah, I mean, if you start moving, you'll probably instantly die, so I guess there is that slight danger. But, you know, I mean, it's pretty much free, and yeah, it's really not that difficult to map. I think the Muse probably thought that this map is a lot more difficult than it is. So in fairness, I'm basically cheesing it by doing this. So what can I say, right? But maybe I'll come back to this map when Occula releases. I'll do like a proper demo of it, maybe, I don't know. And yeah. So yeah, you really see the Revenants are starting to die now, so I think I start going up the... No, I actually don't. I take my time doing this because, you know, I really don't want to die. It's kind of, that part in the middle was really frustrating me, because, I mean, the Cybers rush you just so often, and I mean, it's just like pretty much over at that point. But there's so many Revenants and everything just like around, where it's like, it's tough to, it's just tough to do anything, you know what I mean? Like, it's just tough to go anywhere. You kind of have to corner yourself like that, because it's just the easiest way to make space. But yeah, just last cleanup, there it is. And that's the exit switch, so yeah, overall, actually fun map. Yeah, you know, I'd recommend it if you're interested. I would recommend the entire WAD. It is really a fun WAD. It's really cool visuals and everything. Good music, despite what you might think if you've only seen this. But yeah, you know, like, fun map overall. Very easy, but you know. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any like feedback for me, and yeah, thanks.